Ladies, if you're feeling disconnected from yourself, if you're feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, or just in general disconnected with your life and unhappy, I've got your back. I'm hosting a live 2-day workshop in Idaho, June 15th and 16th. This is an intimate, small, private room for women to not just be lectured to or, have a list of things to do, but to uncover what's been holding you back from living your most aligned, beautiful, connected life. To uncover the things that are causing you the anxiety, the burnout, and the overwhelm. To connect back to yourself, to learn to trust yourself again, to trust your decisions, and to step into your power. This is for you. I hope you will join me. Check out the description in the link below on YouTube and in Apple and Spotify on the show notes or in the show notes. And I will see you in Idaho in June. Let's rise together. I've got your back. I'll see you there. Welcome to Empowered Now. I'm Colette Kati. Here we talk about real confidence, the kind that comes from trusting yourself, honoring your needs, and living with intention. Let's begin. It's time. It is time. It is time for your Monday reset. Maybe it's not Monday that you're listening to this, but if you are tuning in on a Monday, this is the day that I upload, and there's a reason why. Because Mondays are the beginning of our week. And have you ever heard the song, Just Another Manic Monday? Yeah, great song, right? But no, we are not doing manic anymore, ladies. We do not need to feel manic and out of control in our own lives. It's overrated. It just is. We don't want to live that way anymore. Are you with me? So, that is why we begin our week with intention. When you choose to connect with yourself first thing, not just in your week, but every morning, every day, check in. Be with yourself. Choose your thoughts. Be intentional about how you want to live your life, how you want to experience it, because it's yours. You get to create it the way you want it to be. Truly. And yes, there are things that are out of your control, but we're learning to let go of those things so that we can actually focus and hone in on those things that we do have control over. The things that we can mold and shape into the kind of life that we want to live, the kind of person that we want to be, the kind of feelings we want to feel. So much power here. Okay? So, welcome to your reset. Let's go. Let's dive in. Today's topic. I have been thinking about this for some time now because I'm so passionate about it. I get really worked up and passionate about passionate about it whenever I'm thinking about it. And that is the topic of we women are leaders. All of us. But most women, and so many that I meet and talk to every day, those that come to me and are like, Colette, help me. I need help. I do not feel good in my life. I feel stuck. I feel that life is running over me, that I am being bulldozed through life, that I am running and running and running and that I'm not getting anywhere, that I am pushing and striving and hustling and I'm exhausted. Yes. This woman does not feel like a leader, and I've been her. I've been her so many times and for so long. Just that feeling of working so hard to make life the way that we think it should be, to make sure that everybody's taken care of, to make sure that the house is figured out, that our bodies are taken care of, that our kids are okay, that our husbands are okay, that our partners are okay, that our moms and dads and our families and everybody that needs us gets to have access to us and that we're there for them. And we get exhausted. And yet this isn't just about us abandoning ourselves to show up for other people, but it's the way that we think we need to be somebody else, that we see an image on social media of a woman who is leading in her life and leading in her business, or at least portraying the image that she is. And we think, oh, we need to do it that way. And I'm not that way. And oh my gosh, and somehow that means I'm not enough. We put so many expectations on ourselves to be a certain way. And somehow we don't see that we are it. We are the way that we're meant to be. We are the leader in our life. And it doesn't need to look like another woman's. It doesn't need to look like somebody else's. But somehow we put that expectation on ourselves. We also put limitations on ourselves. We think that's for everybody else. She's the leader. She's the one showing up. She's the one that's got the body. She's the one that's got the life and the money and the house and the husband but it's not me. I have to hustle. I have to work hard for those things. And it's not coming. I can't do it. We end up putting limitations on ourselves. We also end up having so many, I think I said the word expectations already, but having so many rules for ourselves that we have lost the ability to give ourselves permission to just be ourselves and to lead in our lives. And I'm not just talking about leading in business and career. And yes, that's great. We want to get there too. But I'm talking about the kind of leadership that you are doing right now in your own home, in your own soul. And we don't think that we have that. So we're going to unpack that today. And I hope by the end of this episode, you have stepped into your power even just 5% more. Even just 1% more would be great for you to see the incredible woman that you are and to step into your role as a leader in your life just a little bit more. Okay, let's go. I know it doesn't feel like you're a leader because you're constantly second guessing yourself. You're doubting your abilities. You're doubting your decisions. And sometimes we're avoiding decisions altogether because if we are to make a decision and it doesn't turn out right, then we're responsible. And the guilt and the shame that comes from that. And so we avoid it. We step back, we play small, we continue to doubt ourselves, we continue to outsource our decisions, our authority. We think, oh, somebody else knows how to do it better than I do. I'm going to keep just looking to the leaders around me and doing what they do. And all the while, we're not remembering to look in the mirror and see the leader that is already within us. And something very interesting is that whether you're realizing it or not, you are leading right now. You are leading every day. And you lead in the way that you show up. You're leading in the way that the energy that you bring into a room or into a conversation or into a space. You're leading by the decisions that you're making or not making. You're leading by the feelings. You're already influencing everything around you. The way that you show up in your home, in your business, the way you show up in your relationships, the words that you speak, the conversations that you're in, you're already leading in some way, shape, or form. But the disconnect is that you don't realize it. And so the way that you're leading might not be the most aligned way that you want to lead. Maybe it's not the way you want to be seen or the way that you want to show up. But because you've disconnected from yourself, you're now showing up small. Or you're showing up as a woman that's not confident in herself, that doubts herself and doesn't really know the ability that she has because she hasn't tapped into it yet. And if this is you, if you're thinking, you know what, this is me, I feel this, no shame and no judgment. The deeper truth is that you've just been taught to disconnect from yourself. You've been taught that leadership looks like making everybody else comfortable. So let's explore connecting back to your own voice today so you can see, everything that you do, you're already leading. So let's be intentional about how you do that. And I really think that sometimes the idea of leading in our life is really scary for most of us because we are afraid of making mistakes. We're afraid that if we lead and then we fail, maybe we'll look foolish. Just take a deep breath in. You're not alone. You're not alone in this fear of stepping into your power and stepping into your truth. There's a quote, oh my gosh, where is this quote from? That our biggest fear, it's from Marianne Williamson's book, Loving What Is. Our biggest fear isn't, that we'll lose ourselves. It's that we will step into our greatness, and we're afraid of our greatness. That is not the quote, but that's the gist of it. That's a paraphrased version of the quote. We're terrified. We're terrified to lead because we're afraid that if we screw up, it's not going to go well for us. We won't be loved anymore. We won't be safe, or whatever it is. But the truth is, stepping into leadership isn't about being seen a certain way. It's about honoring and feeling that true belonging and acceptance within yourself in every situation. That's what leadership feels like. It feels like coming back to yourself, coming home to yourself, learning to trust your voice, learning to listen and be there for others while still holding on to your groundedness, your truth, what feels right in your soul and in your heart. We don't need to have conflict when we honor our truth. And I think some of us feel like, well, if I disagree or if I honor what's inside of me, that means I'm hurting somebody else. I'm pushing them away somehow, or I'm rejecting them, or I'm telling them that they're not enough. But that's the lie. When we stand into our full capacity to lead in our own lives, we offer others permission to be able to do the same. And that's freeing. It's freeing for all of us. It's not just freeing for you. It's freeing for everybody around you and all the relationships. And I say this all the time about boundaries. Boundaries are not restrictions. They are the way that you create safety in your world and in your relationships so that you can have more freedom and that you can have more space. It's beautiful for everyone. What true leadership also looks like is setting boundaries without guilt. Being able to say, that's not for me. That doesn't work. That doesn't feel right. You know what? I'm not going to do that. You know what? I'm going to step away from that. I disagree. Without feeling like we have hurt somebody or stepped on their toes, or that we somehow are going to lose love or lose a part of ourselves by saying no to something. And another way that we know or that we feel that true stepping into our leadership, I don't think the way I said that was correct, is that we have the ability to make aligned decisions and the ability to offer ourselves compassion and grace when our decisions that we make don't work out. Or instead of framing things as failures, we frame things as, that was interesting. I definitely learned something here. We allow all the decisions that we make to be part of our growth and part of our experience. We don't turn on ourselves when things don't go right. And I think that ability to make decisions, I hear all the time from women that come to me. I don't know how to make a decision. I'm afraid to make a decision. What if I make a decision, it doesn't work out? We somehow, that there's a pattern within us that makes us reject ourselves because we think we have to make decisions perfectly. We have to make all the right decisions. And the truth is, there are no right or wrong decisions. There's just decisions. And we get to make them. We make thousands of them every single day. And we learn from each one of them. And what we learn from making a decision that doesn't serve us is that we learn that the next decision that we make, maybe I'll make it differently. It doesn't have to mean that we are not enough. It doesn't have to mean that we are somehow wrong or bad or incapable of leading. It's just information. Every decision that we make, and it's okay. When you have the ability to offer yourself grace and compassion, not just in your decisions, but in your everyday life, that is a powerful leader. Because we're leading every day. Your children, if you're a mother, your children are taking in the energy that you bring into the room, whether you're saying anything or not. You're creating and curating a space for them. And by the way, you playing small doesn't serve them, because you're modeling for them and you're framing for them the way that their life should look. Have you ever heard the saying, do as I say and not as I do? That doesn't resonate with children. They will hear that and they will feel the disconnect. So as we learn to honor ourselves, to trust our voice, to step into our ability to make decisions, and to reframe the negative things that happen in our lives, and give ourselves permission to fully live, mistakes and all, you offer your children the opportunity to do the same. And by the way, when you can do this for yourself, that anxiety that comes from watching our children suffer, from watching our children make decisions that scare us, that goes away. Because when you can bring compassion and connection in here, then you know if you're modeling that and mirroring that for your children, you can allow them to live the life that they are living without needing to control it. It's a powerful process when we come back home to ourselves. When we come home to ourselves and connect back here, we are teaching our children to do the same. And we are creating space and freedom in our lives to not attach ourselves to our children's actions and to the way that they are living their life. It's powerful. I hear it every day from women that tell me, I don't know how to handle this decision that my child's making. This hurts so much. This is so scary. I don't want to watch them suffer. I think that they need to make this decision so they don't suffer. We're constantly worried about every action that our children take, every choice that they make. And what we don't realize is that they are mirroring for us our inability to accept our own decisions for our life. That fear, they're mirroring to us that fear that's actually coming from within us, that, oh no, what if I make a decision and it's wrong? What if I suffer? So when we step into connecting back to ourselves, our ability to lead looks like, I know that I'm going to feel pain, but I know how to be with myself in it. I know that I'm going to make some decisions that aren't going to be comfortable, but I know how to be with myself and offer myself grace and to pivot into a new decision without making it mean anything bad about myself and without giving myself a bucket of shame to drink. I know that life is going to be difficult, but I know that I will be with myself and I will be able to rise to the occasion to handle whatever arises. When we can do that for ourselves, we can allow and witness our loved ones in their experiences and let them have their experiences instead of worrying. It's powerful. That self-trust, that trust in ourselves, that connection back to ourselves. And maybe you're asking, how do I get there, Colette? I don't know how to get there. Well, go back and listen to the last 40 episodes because this is what we do. This is what we do here on Empowered Now. Every episode, you're going to learn these tools to connect back to yourself. And if this is calling to you, if you want a deeper way and a faster track to get there, then join me. I am hosting an event in Idaho, a live 2-day workshop for women to connect back home to yourself. This is going to be a powerful experience for the women in the room. It is an intimate space where we it's not a conference where I'm just lecturing to you, I'm just talking at you. I'm taking you through this experience of uncovering what's been holding you back from connecting to yourself, and I will give you tools and practices to connect back with yourself, and you will do it in a space with other women and creating this shame-free space to be able to do so. There is something really magical about being in a room with other women who are doing the same thing. It truly is magical. And my private coaching is available to you if you want to go deeper and maybe you want to connect on a more intimate level just with myself in helping you and guiding you through this process of truly coming back to yourself and stepping into your own personal leadership in your life. These experiences and opportunities are available to you. I will have the link in my description below. There's a link to sign up for the Idaho event or to get more information. You can also go to my website and connect with me there for private coaching. Life gets to be so good for you. You don't have to live every day worrying, playing small, avoiding your decisions and being afraid of making decisions. Let's connect you back to yourself so that your leadership moving forward comes from a deep place of alignment, a deep place of trust, of serenity, of connectedness, of aliveness. That is the life awaiting you. And if you're not feeling it now, then stay here and join me in Idaho on June 15th and 16th. I can't wait to meet you. And I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Before you go, take a deep breath. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just stay connected to yourself one moment at a time. You've got this. I've got your back, and I'll see you next time.